I was going to do a quick little review of the Vevor 16-inch concrete saw. Obviously, this isn't a unpackaging video, but maybe I probably should have, because when I first got the thing, it was already broke. This bracket right here is already broke off there. I left it on there because it kind of holds it somewhat in place, but it shakes like crazy. This one down here kind of holds it, but I sent in a deal on the customer service deal, and I haven't really got a straight answer or reply back yet. And as you can see, I'm an older guy, so I couldn't imagine being on the ground and doing this stuff, especially in the water and all the muck on the floor. So I made a little handle so I can stand up and do it. Overall, I mean, it does a good job. For electric, I've operated gas ones before, but I have never done an electric one before. But it didn't seem to have too big of an issue. Like I say, whenever you do your cuts, I would suggest you pick a point on your saw what aligns with your blade from behind it as you're looking. And like for this one, on this, there's a seam right here. I just would look at that and make your first cut go along. Don't try to watch the blade or you'll go off course, but just do first half-inch cut or quarter-inch cut, even just going in a straight line and not stopping, and just going to the end, and continuously do that back and forth, and it'll work good for you. It's a lot easier than trying to go real deep on your first or second pass. You just need to take little runs, or at least that's how I do it, and that's why I've always done it, even when I was a young kid operating these things. I used to work for the city, and they had big ones, like 24-inch freaking cutters and stuff. So, but definitely use the water, keep the dust down. It does make a mess. I would suggest after each couple passes or so, shut it off, and then shop vac it up then before you get too big of a mess, because that stuff is kind of a mess. Now I don't know if this would have been a problem, but I'd noticed this bearing and this head right here would get pretty warm. So while I would be cleaning or whatever, I'd just have a little sandwich bag full of ice and a little bit of water in it, and throw that on there and it may have lasted all right, but it was getting pretty warm, so I just threw it on there as a precaution. This is the only saw I had, so I didn't want to take a chance of having it break down on me before I got this job done. I am going to be moving on to this, is the electric hammer. I may do a little follow-up on the video on it, how it went, but the reason I got both of these is I looked into renting from the local rental place, and by the time you rent that, and most of them didn't have electric hammers, they had air hammers, and they want to rent you everything. They didn't even want to rent you the air hose to even use this stupid thing. But by the time I spent, on rental fees on both these things, it was just the same cost if I just bought them. So, and at least this way, as long as I don't break them in the process, I get to keep them. So I went that route. Other than that, I mean, the motor never really got too hot or anything. I've checked it several times, but like with this little handle, I just put a couple U-bolts underneath it and tighten them up, and use that clamp there to hold the trigger once you got it going. And overall, I'm very happy with it, other than the cheesy bracket that broke. Right when I unpackaged it, it was already broke. But on the back side of that bracket, it's real thin. They just need to beef it up right there, and maybe not attach it to leave this bolt out when they ship it, so it don't, if this hits something up against the box, it don't put a bunch of pressure on that bracket. It just needs to be stronger. Well, I think that's all I was gonna say about it. Overall, I'm very happy. It got the job done. Like I say, when you go through, it'll basically drop all the way to the floor. So I hit a couple pieces of reinforcement. Uh, oh, it was more like this piece came out because I happened to be cutting along the length of it. I seen this sticking out of the gap, so I pulled it out. But it went through that stuff. I didn't even notice. So you may see a spark or two, but I haven't run. Of course, this floor doesn't have any like big rebar in it, but which I'm going to put back into it. But anyways, that's my review for Vevor, the 16-inch concrete saw. Pretty good.